Hey there, today I'll be showing you how to draw Superboy from Young Justice. So we're going to start with the eyes. With the eye on the left, we're going to draw the upper lid. So from the outside, we're going to just draw a little curve going up to the top, and then we're going to angle down towards the center of the face. From here, we're going to take this corner, just draw an angled line down, and then straight across the bottom. Let's go ahead and draw the same thing on the right side. So we're going to start on the inside this time, drawing an angled line up, and then we're going to round up the top of the eyelid. On the end, we're going to come down at an angle, and we're going to go straight across the bottom. Now let's draw in some pupils. So we're just going to draw these little circles up at the top edge of the eye, one on each side. Now let's go ahead and draw in some eyebrows. So on the outside, above the left eye here, we're going to draw an angled line going up, and we're going to curve down into the eye, and then just kind of go past it a little bit. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're just going to start on the inside, curve up, and then angle down to the outside. From this brow, we're just going to angle in towards the center of the face, and we're going to draw a straight line coming down to the bottom of the nose. So coming down like this, and then we're just going to do a slight little angle in the inside. On the outer side of the nose, on the right side, we're just going to draw a little curve coming down, and on the left, we're just going to draw a little angled line coming down with a little space in between. Let's get down to the mouth. So we're just going to go down below the nose and just draw a straight line across from left to right. And then on the left side, we're just going to pull a line down on either side. And then just below the mouth, we're just going to draw a line for the lower lip. Let's go to the side of the jaw. So just beside each eye, on the left side, we're going to start out here. Draw a straight line coming down to about the same height as the mouth. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. Now for the jaw and the chin is quite long. So we're going to go from this point and curve down and in towards the chin. Do the same thing on the right side, and we're just going to cap this off with a straight line going across the bottom. From here, let's go ahead and draw in some ears. So from this corner, we're going to curve up and out, we're going to angle down and towards the left, and then we'll curve down towards the earlobe, and then we'll pull this line straight up. Do the same thing on the right side. So from this corner, we're going to go up in an angle, go out and down on the right, we'll round up the bottom lobe, and then just pull that up and in towards the center of the face. For some inner ear detail, I'm just going to go in the middle here and just draw a curve coming down towards the head. Do that on both sides. And then on the ends here, we're just going to step in a little bit and just draw a little angled line just to show a back wrinkle in the ear. Now we're going to work our way towards the top of the head. So from this corner, we're going to go up in an angle on both sides. Now we're just going to draw the hair bangs coming down. So from here, we're going to curve up and in towards the middle, and we're going to draw some bangs. So we're going to curve down towards the eye, and we're going to go back up. On the right side, we're going to draw in the opposite direction. So going down towards the eye, and then back up, and we're just going to connect this point to that point with a straight line. Let's draw the rest of the hair. So going up just above this ear in the middle here, we're just going to go up in an angle, slight angle, going to the edge of the head. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So you can see that it goes in a little bit. Now for the top of the head, I'm going to round up the top, and as I get towards the right side, I'm just going to flip the hair up. So curving around and then flipping that up. We're going to pull that back in, and then here on the right side, it just sort of overhangs a little bit like this. We'll just close that off with a curve. Let's get down towards the neck. So with the neck, we're just going to, he's got a pretty wide neck, so from the corner of the jaw here, I'm just going to step in just a little bit and just draw an angled line coming down and out. So the neck is sort of like an A shape like this. From these two ends, I'm just going to connect them with the collar. So curving up like this. Let's work our way down the shoulders. So the trapezius muscle, the one that connects the shoulders to the neck, would start right below this jawline. Just going to draw a curve going out, and a curve going out on the right side. And then from here we'll draw on the shoulders. So I'm going to do a slight overlap. Just draw an angled line going down towards the left. Do an angled line coming down towards the right. And then we're going to round out the shoulders. So from here I'm just going to round out the shoulders like that. From here I like to sort of work in my way through the chest area. So in here, in the armpits, I'm just going to come in towards the middle, towards the waistline. So from here I'm just going to curve in. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So we're making sure that they're at the same height. From here, I'm going to curve down and curve down towards the waistline. Let's go ahead and draw on some arms. So we're going to start with the upper arm first. Up here, I want to draw the arms just hanging down, so the upper arm to the elbow, forearm to the wrist to the hand. So up here, I'm going to do a slight overlap and curve down towards the elbow. And then on the inside of the arm, so right in here, I'm just going to curve in for the inside bicep area. In here, I just want to draw a little angled line just to show a little bit of the muscle there. From here, let's draw on the outer part of the arm. So from here, I'm just going to curve and round out towards the knuckles. From here in the elbow, I'm just going to step in a little bit, draw an angled line. And then from here, I'm going to round out and go in towards the wrist. And then I'm going to straighten out towards the inside part of the wrist. Let's draw in a hand. So we're going to draw it in a knuckle like this. So from this wrist line, I'm going to curve the outer part of the thumb. We're going to come down in an angle. And we're going to step in. This is where the thumb is tucked in behind the hand. From here, I'm going to draw a little bracket like this. From here, we're going to layer in the fingers in behind. So right along this line, I'll find a halfway point, draw an angled line, square out the fist, come back, and then just draw a line going up the arm. From here, I'm just going to curve and connect with that line right there. Up here, let's draw on the sleeve. So right below the shoulder line, I'm just going to draw a curve for the arm sleeve. Let's do the exact same thing on the right side. So we're going to start with the outer part of the arm. I want to make sure that I get the arms at roughly the same length. So from up here on the shoulder, I'm going to come up and curve down the outside part of the arm. We're going to do the inside part now, from the bicep underneath the armpit, curving in. Now I'm going to draw that little wrinkle for the bicep area. Let's go ahead and draw the outside part of the arm. So from here, I'm going to curve out, and then down towards the back of the hand. We're going to draw the inner part of the forearm. So stepping up here, drawing a straight line going out. Now I'm going to curve in towards the wrist, and then angle it with a straight line. Let's draw the thumb. So from here, I'm going to curve to the outer knuckle of the thumb, coming down at an angle. So I'm just basically mirroring what I see here on the right side. We're going to come down at an angle, and then we're going to draw that little bracket. Along this line here, I'm going to find the halfway, draw an angled line, angle it back, come in, and then just a short little line going up the arm. And here I'm just going to connect it with a straight line. Let's draw in the sleeve. So up here, I'm just going to draw that curve for here. I'm going to leave the symbol till last because I think that's actually probably the toughest part of this drawing. Along here on the waistline, I'm going to draw a belt. So right in the middle, I'm going to draw a rectangle. So a straight line across the top, two shorter lines down the sides, and then connected along the bottom. Now from here on the ends, I'm just going to lengthen this out a little bit just to make sure I hit just above this bottom line here. So curving into that belt, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the top. So stepping down from the top of the belt and curving across. Like this. Inside this belt, I'm just going to draw two lines for the loops. So two lines on either side. From this point, I want to draw and locate the lower torso. So right about here, I'm just going to draw a curve going across the middle. From here, I want to draw the inside part of the leg first. So I'm going to draw the thighs, coming down to the knees about here. The bottom of the feet will be down here. So right here, I'm going to leave a gap in the middle. I'm going to draw a straight line coming out towards the left, and then out towards the right. So this is where I'm going to locate my knees. Now from the hips, I want to curve out and in towards the knees. So on the side here, I'm going to curve down and in. Curve down and in. So you can see it's got a little bit of a bend to it. Now from here, I want to angle out, and I'm going to draw in the little cargo pockets on his pants. So what I want to do is I want to draw an overlapping line, an angled line like this, and then I'm going to curve the outside part of the leg like that. I'm going to pull that back in, and connect those 2 points with a curve. Let's draw in the little pocket here. So up here, I'm just going to draw a straight angled line and curve this to that corner. Let's do the same thing on this side. So again, drawing that same straight line, it kind of overlaps a little bit on the outside. Curve down, and then angle in. And connect those 2 points with a curve. Now from here, I want to draw that curve for the pocket and angle in. Before I work my way down, I'm just going to draw a little bit of detail in here. So we're just going to draw the fly coming down on just left of center. We're going to angle up towards the right, and then just a straight line across like that. Up here, we're just going to draw some pant wrinkle. So just a little upward curve like this. and we're going to draw in some pockets. So here on the left hip, draw an angled line and go straight up in an angle. Do the same thing on the right side. Okay, so we got the upper torso. Let's get into the legs down below. So here you can see this curve coming down towards the knee with this leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this curve coming down. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So you can see it starts to get a little bit narrower by the knees. Up here, I'm just going to draw a little angled line on both sides just to show a little bit of wrinkle. Let's get into the calves. So the calves actually bulge out from the knee down towards the ankle. So I'm going to draw the ankles down to here. So on the outside of this leg on the left, I'm going to curve out and I'm going to curve back in. On the inside part of the leg, I'm going to curve out and I'm going to curve back in. So it gets really narrow towards the ankles. Do the same thing on the right side. So curving out and curving back in, making sure they're at the same height. And then on the outside of the leg, I'll curve out and then I'll curve back in. Let's draw a little bit of wrinkle in the bottom of the pant leg. So here I'm just going to do an overlap and curve out on the outside and the inside of the leg and connect them with a curve that goes up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So curving out and then rounding out the bottom. Let's draw in the boots. So we're going to draw the boots facing forward, and this is probably the most difficult part of drawing feet, and that's because it's easier to draw the side profile rather than something that's pointing right towards you. So let's start with the outside part of the leg. So right in here, I'm going to step in a little bit and draw a curve for the outside part of the leg. From here, I'm going to curve out again. So there's a little two humps going out. On the inside part of the leg, I'm just going to draw an angled line coming down and then curving out to the inside part of the foot. These are going to converge towards the center point in the toe. So I'm going to curve in, leaving a gap in the middle here, and drawing a straight line across the bottom. I'm going to draw in the sole. So I'm just going to trace out these three edges from the side on the left, down the middle, and then up on the right. And up here, I'm just going to draw one curve and then a short one just above it, just to show that the foot's wrinkled forward. Let's draw the same foot on the right side. So up here, we're going to step over, drawing the outside curve, and then doing a curve again, making sure we're just lining these up. Up here, I'm going to draw an angled line, curving out the inside part of the foot. And now these 2 points are going to come in like I did here, curving in towards the center, and then straight across the bottom. Let's trace out the three bottom edges of the foot, and we're going to draw two little wrinkles like that. Let's go up and finish off the symbol in the middle. So we're going to start by drawing in the straight line across the top. From here, we're going to angle out from the left and then to the right, and then we're going to come down to a point in the middle of the sternum. So coming down there, and then up on the right side. Now the S, we're going to have to trim this out on the outside, but we're also going to have to draw on the S on the inside. So the easiest way to do this is starting up here, we draw a straight line across. Now we're going to leave that little gap really thin as possible. Then we're going to draw that little V. Up here, we're going to leave a gap, come down with a straight line. Along here, I'm going to draw an angled line going to that corner there. Now along here, I'm going to go out with a straight line. Now we're going to curve in the inside part of the S first. So curving around, almost like an oval, and then coming down. We'll connect those 2 points with a straight angled line. Up here, I'm going to draw a straight angled line, and we're just going to trace out the outer perimeter just up to here. Connect that point to that point with a curve that goes like that. Down here, I'm going to curve around down to here, and then I'm just going to draw a little swirl, like almost like a half oval, and I'm going to connect those 2 points with a straight line. Down at the bottom, there's a little upside down triangle, and that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Superboy from Young Justice. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please make sure you check out our Heroes and Villains playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.